We're going to be looking at example 3 in our section 4.2 notes. We're going to be solving the entire triangle this time instead of just finding a side or an angle. So a helpful hint in the box is we will start with the law of sines as our first step if we have these three triangles. So angle, side, angle, 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 side, or side, side, angle. We'll use the law of cosines as our first step when we have a side, 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 or a side, angle, side triangle. I went ahead and filled in the information I'm given with angle C of 98.4 degrees. Side B is 92.3 and side A is 141. So right off the bat, I noticed that this is a side angle side triangle. So I'm going to be using the law of cosines as my first step. So in fact, I'm going to be using the law of cosines to find the biggest side of the triangle, which I know has to be side C. We're only allowed one obtuse angle in a triangle, and we have it given to us. So we need to use this version of the law of cosines. Okay, so I'm going to fill in what I know. C squared is 141 squared plus 92.3 squared minus 2 times 141 times the 92.3 and then the cosine of 98.4 degrees. If I take the square root of both sides, I should get a pretty good estimate for side C. So side C, when I entered this into my calculator, I got 179.5, and it isn't degrees, it's a side length. Okay, so we have that side. Okay, one quick check before I move on is this has to be the biggest angle, and I can see that it is the side I just found is the biggest of the three sides. Okay, all right, so what I have left to do is to find angle A and angle B. So a suggestion is to find the smallest angle next. So if I look here, my smallest side is 92.3. So I'm going to find angle B next, my smallest angle. So I will use the law of sines for this part. So B 92.3 all over the sine of my angle B. And then I have all of the information for C at this stage, so I can use that. So 179.5 all over the sine of 98.4 degrees. Okay, I can cross multiply. So I'm going to have the 179.5 sine of B is equal to 92.3 times the sine of 98.4 degrees. Okay, at this stage you want to divide this over and then take the sine inverse to cancel out the sine. So you'll have angle B, divide first. Okay, so that's going to put the 179.5 on the bottom. And then you would take the sine inverse. Okay, so this is the expression that you want to enter in your calculator. And when you do that, you get 30.6 degrees for angle B. So you can fill that in your picture too. Okay, so our last step is actually our easiest step. We want to find A. Okay, so A should end up being our middle angle because 141 is our middle side length. So we're gonna use the fact there's 180 degrees in the triangle and subtract off the two angles we have so far, which is 98.4 and 30.6. And when we go ahead and do this computation, we end up that A is 51 degrees and it is the middle angle. It is in between the two values that we've already found. And that completes example 3.